I personally think that Pinkie Pie is probably hotter than Twilight Sparkle, but Twilight Sparkle is hotter than, everybody else. If we're going on a hotness level, now this is an unpopular opinion, but I think Pinkie Pie is hotter than Twilight Sparkle, but Twilight Sparkle is kind of boo though. Twilight Sparkle is boo, man. I can't lie to you. Bum bum bum. Ba-ba-dum bum bum bum. Bum bum bum. Alright, let's take a fucking sip of coffee. Alright, everybody. Welcome back to the Scary Tender Gaming Experience. It's your boy T. So this is gonna be a special little episode, okay? I was recording this episode of Majora's Mask and the next one, and unfortunately we had an audio little snafu. My microphone wasn't plugged in all the way, so all of the audio that was recorded from my voice is choppy for these next two episodes. But you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna voice over it, and then I'll add music post-edit, so hopefully we can still enjoy everything together. Whatever. We're playing the game, bro. We're in Goron City. Let's do it. I think we still gotta go get the fucking, we still pretty much have to face the entire temple and go unfreeze the guy, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. But what I do know is that I like the way that Mr. Big Goron Link, I like the way he looks, bro. I just really like this game in general. I really love the whole aspect of you're able to transform into other characters. And it's not just that you're transforming into another race, but you literally are transforming into another person from that race as well. Which is kind of interesting because that person you're transforming into also had, a real life and had a real dynamic with their community around them. And it all goes into play with the story in general. It's quite beautiful. I'm not trying to sound more eloquent than usual. I'm just voicing my thoughts as they come to me for this. I don't really know how many jokes we're going to be doing, but we're going to be here regardless, okay? So, just enjoy the fact that we're in this snowy climate and it's hot as fuck in real life because it's summertime. I live in South Carolina, bro, where it's one of the fucking most humid states in the US of A, I might say. It's not the hottest place or the most humid place in the world, but it damn sure feel like it sometimes, bro. I'll tell you that. And anybody else that's from South Carolina can also tell you that. Dude. Looks like we had a little snafu, but now we're fucking killing it, bro. Dude, oh, hell yeah, bro. Dude, hell yeah. That was awesome. Alright, we got Snowhead. What is that? See, they trick you. It makes you think that there's a big-ass gust coming out of the, like the blizzard is being generated from the temple. But you know what? It's not. It's not, though. There's a lot of songs in this game that I just remember. And I will say there's probably the only song that I don't quite remember how to play is maybe the Elegy of Emptiness. Elegy of Emptiness, whatever it's called. I don't know too much about, like, proper musical terminology, but I do know a lot about, like, well, I kind of have an inherent sense of music theory. I was trained on it. I'm a musician, if y'all don't know. If anybody else plays a fucking instrument, let me know in the comments what you play and how long you played it, bro. I'm not gonna judge you for it. I'm just gonna tell you awesome. A lot of people love to say, in regards to playing instruments, that like, oh, I just sit down and I try it for 20 minutes and I just suck. So I stopped playing. It's like, yeah, everyone sucks. The fuck are you talking about? The whole point of playing it is to get good. You ever played Dark Souls? And then they're like, what the hell is Dark Souls? I'll be like, never mind. Speaking of which, I was playing Dark Souls like last night in real life, and my fucking Switch overheated, bro. My Switch overheated. And what's crazy is I probably just didn't notice that the fan was blasting, but it was. It was docked into the, it was in the dock, hooked up to the TV, right? And it's just fucking, it just freezes right after I beat Ornstein and Smell. I wish I had screen captured it, but like I said, my Switch it froze. I take it out of the dock. I don't turn it off or anything because it's frozen. I couldn't do that. So I take it out of the dock. It immediately shuts itself off. I'm like, oh fuck, what is that? Turns out there was some sort of like, some sort of cooling cycle that it had looped itself into. Either way, whenever shit like that happens and your Switch overheats, don't worry, gang. First off, use Google. Use the AI. That might be the one thing that I'll say AI is useful for. It's two things. It's figuring out technical problems, because you can go to websites and you can read a forum, but like the thing is already doing that, so you know what I mean? It's just quicker. But it's also good at just, you know, cleaning up some thumbnails every now and then. I don't use it too much, but I'll make like a thumbnail and then I'll just tell chat to like, you know, CTR optimize it. And all it really does is it just adds like a white kind of drop shadow to objects of, you know, interest on the thumbnail. That's really all it does. Either way. Dude. What is my guy doing right now? Why did I left Snowhead for some reason? Maybe I decided I wasn't going to go to Snowhead? I know we're going to, go get this little dancing man. And in the video, I could tell that he was there because I could hear him. This is gonna be a fuckload of songs I'm gonna have to put in here, bro. I'm not gonna do sound effects. That'd be insane. I am no longer part of the living. My sadness to the moon. I haven't left my dance to the world. I'm disappointed, O moon. I have died. I plan to bring the world together and stir into a giant thingy. Spirit dancer. So we heal his soul, and then we get the ugliest mask in all of existence. The ugliest mask in this game. Definitely. Right now I'm probably talking in the video about how I really liked his dance moves. I remember when I was playing this in like 6th grade and I was showing one of my friends who happened to be black at the time, before he transitioned. He was like, oh shit, yo, he killing it. Oh shit, he killing it. And I was like, yeah, he is killing it. He is killing it, Daquan. And Daquan started like mimicking the shit, and you know, I'd be lying if I said he didn't immediately know how to do it first try. Black people, they just have that ability, bro, for the most part. There's some sort of innate ability. Like, I feel like a lot of races have innate abilities. And that might be a racist thing to say, but it's not necessarily negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like certain races have innate abilities. I couldn't tell you what's the white man's innate ability? Like, what's an ability that he most of the time starts off with? Like some sort of buff. What's the white man's buff? What's the black man's buff? I don't know. And I'm not saying that trying to offend anybody. Because while yes, we are all equal, we are all also individuals with unique talents. And your genetic makeup also does have a part to play in that. You know? Some people are just genetically predetermined to be, you know, that person could jump higher because they're fucking taller. They can, that's an innate ability. They can just jump higher because they're taller. They're already, well, I don't know. I guess that's not necessarily an innate ability. The fuck am I talking about? I'm trying to teeter the edge of racism and non-racism. Okay, because I don't hate anybody, and I want to make that clear first and foremost. I don't hate any race. I don't hate any gender. I don't even hate any sort of sexuality. I used to think that I disagreed with transgenderism, but it's not that far-fetched of an idea for me anymore. You know what I mean? Not for me personally. You know, I'm fine how I am, but, you know, I understand people. I have a great amount of empathy. You know, I could empathize with almost any sort of situation without it being like too crazy, because then obviously if you haven't experienced it, you're not gonna know what it's actually like. You know what I mean? Damn it. Give me a fucking second, bro. Give me a fucking second. I gotta just text her. I'll call you in a few minutes. Okay. Play this thing. There we go. We're back in it. Oh god. So this is what the Mask Man was for. We do the dance. That guy really likes what he's saying. And what I don't like is how bent over they were. I might have to blur that out. I don't know how old these girls are. I don't know what's going on. I know that Link is a youngin'. The Rosa sisters, twin dancers. Doesn't disclose their age. They're significantly taller than Link. But a lot of a lot of adults in the fucking Zelda games are like literally twice as tall as Link is. At least young Link. He was raised by elf people that perpetually stay as children. Yet everyone else is fucking massive. We're approaching 1,000. I know that from editing future episodes that getting 1,000 doesn't give us a heart piece. It only gives us $5. But we're gonna get the fucking bank heart piece at some point, bro. Right now, I'm probably talking about how much I appreciate Dashi games. I grew up watching Dashi, bro. I grew up watching like all sorts of Dashi content, bro. And you know what? I still watch some Dashi content to this day, and it makes me fucking laugh, bro. I'm never gonna give up on my boy Dashi. And we've never met. We're not friends. But something about Dashi Games' grind, his dedication, and how committed he is to his community. Something about that is very, I don't know what the word is. It's like when it's very respectable, admirable. Like some people might be like, you know, Dashi, he just screams all the time and he's fucking annoying. But part of that is also who he is. Like, it's hard to say. You know what I mean? He was also, you know, hopping himself up on Publix energy drinks, and for a good long minute on his channel, he was slamming some Red Bulls. I'm slamming a coffee right now. I'm not slamming it. I'm sipping it like a gentleman. But, I'm sure Dashi sipped on a Red Bull like a gentleman as well. You know? Holy fuck. What am I trying to do, bro? Who am I trying to prove that I can, like, Goron maneuver? Well, oh my god, obviously I can't. Alright, third time's a charm. I gotta be more present. Okay? This video is gonna be, like, me expressing myself, talking about other stuff, and also just, like... Just like, helping the viewers understand where my mind goes as I'm doing the show, and who I really am, you know what I mean? The only way to actually build some sort of fan base, you have to be genuine, bro. I'm myself, okay? I'm not the smartest guy. I'm pretty capable at a lot of things, and I surprise myself all the time. You know? I'm not the best at anything, but I'm okay at a lot of shit. And the amount of work that I put into the things I care about help me respect myself. Because if I wasn't putting energy towards what I cared about, I wouldn't respect myself as much as I do now. And I still hate myself for the most part. You know, I could list off a million things that, you know, growing up I didn't really enjoy about myself. You know, for people that don't know me, you know, I'm not a fucking tall person. You know, being that way, you know, it's a tale as old as time. But you know, being a male is not really advantageous to be below average height. It's just not. I also had ADHD, so my parents early on gave me like Vyvanse, and all that really made me do was not talk to people and just focus on schoolwork and drawing and shit. And I love drawing, and for the longest time, that's all I fucking did. And because of the, you know, methamphetamine drugs, Vyvanse or whatever, I was locked into my schoolwork. You know, and people thought that I was smart and shit. And you know, maybe I got some intelligence points. Maybe, I don't know. But I mean, being good at school has never paid off in my adult life whatsoever. I don't even do the job that I went to school for, you know, to do. I have a fucking degree in like HVAC. But I don't do that shit because it's way too taxing on my body in the area I'm in. Unless I was part of an install crew, I wouldn't be able to find work. And I don't know if you've ever installed a fucking AC system, but you got to take the old one out. And it's a bitch. It's a bitch, man. Bing, bing, boom, boom. Bing, 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 boom, boom, bing, 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 boop, 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 bing, bing, boom, ding, 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 ding. Oh my God, Tanner, what are you doing? What in the fuck am I doing right now? Oh, okay. Whoa, hey. Okay. Make note of that. The ice didn't freeze me when I was rolling. Because if I remember correctly, the ice fucked with me so many times after that attempt. Spoiler alert, just so you know, in this episode and the next one, we get all the fairies. In Snowhead. Alright, what we got? A map? Oh, you can barely fucking see it because Goron Man is so tall. Also, we talked about it in the last episode, but are Gorons supposed to be black people? Or are they supposed to be like Indian? Or are they like... I mean, obviously they're rock people. They're rock people, you know? They happen to be brown, so that's the only reason I'm wondering. Because Link is a blonde white guy, but he's also, like, I guess Hylians are elves. There's racism in fucking Zelda games. I'm pretty sure in A Link to the Past, the Goron or the Zora King is like super racist to humans, and that is another race. You know what I mean? I'm not condoning his actions. I'm just saying that it exists in the game. Racism exists in the Zelda universe. Damn. Ooh, I tried to be cheeky. See, this is where I start to lose my mind trying to shoot this fucking thing that doesn't want me to shoot it, even though there's no window there. Like, I just hit that shit twice. And I'm not bad at aiming. There we go, baby. Was that number 2? Oh, he's got to do the wraparound. Oh, number 3, okay. Viewers, let me know if you watched Codename Kids Next Door growing up. I might be dating myself by saying this, but I watched Codename Kids Next Door growing up. Ed, Edd n Eddy was on for a long ass time, bro. And honestly, it didn't always make me laugh. Camp Lazlo usually always made me laugh. That being said, I haven't watched an episode of it in probably 5 years or so. Maybe one time when I was like a teenager and high or something. I mean, today I literally looked up... I mean, when I was 12, bro... And y'all might fry me for saying this. But I'm gonna go ahead and say it, bro. My Little Pony and Friendship is Magic is a good fucking show. Okay? The theme song is a banger. And I don't give a fuck if that makes me a brony or whatever you want to say, bruh. Okay? Whatever you want to say, go ahead and say it, dude. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is a good fucking show. And I stand by that. Okay? And nobody's gonna tell me otherwise. I probably watched 40 episodes of that shit when I was like 12. Mind you, I didn't start watching it of my own accord. My girlfriend at the time, which, if you can even call it that, we didn't do anything or even kiss. We might have held hands once, but like I said, I was 12, so. Ricky, that being said, my girlfriend at the time, you know, through text, we were just like, oh, what is each other watching on TV or something? She was like, oh, I'm watching My Little Pony. And I was like, I've never seen that. I always heard it was gay. And she's like, it's not gay. And I start watching it, and I'm like, oh, it's not gay. It's actually kind of fucking fire. I think the first thing I saw of it was some sort of rap battle or it had to be some sort of rap battle animation that somebody made on YouTube. And then I actually looked it up because it was only available on Hulu at the time. Now, this had to be around 2013. It had to be. Either way, let's get into it, bro. My Little Pony. Is it gay for a man to watch... For a man to watch My Little Pony? Yeah, it's probably gay. For a young boy? I don't think so. I don't think so. Even a straight young boy. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a good fucking show. If you don't think it is, you ain't seen it, bruh. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, it's undeniably a good show. It wouldn't have been around for so long if it fucking wasn't. I honestly, but that being said, I don't know how the fuck Hello Kitty is still around, because there ain't nothing interesting about that show whatsoever. Now, if we can get some brony, if we can get some rivalry going between the brony community and the fucking Hello Kitty community, that would be crazy. We're living in hell. No, bro, it's an animated show, man. Come on now. I was 12, bro. Am I gonna keep defending myself for watching My Little Pony when I was 12? Hey, bro. No, I'm not. Well, I mean, I don't know how to answer that. I will defend myself, but am I gonna keep, like, meekly defending it? Fuck no. I'm gonna defend that shit with my chest, bro. With my damn chest, bro. Hey, bro. My Little Pony, friendship is magic. That's that shit. That's that shit, son. On my mama. On my mama, I watched My Little Pony when I was 12, dog. Okay? Somebody wants to say I'm gay, go ahead and say it. Somebody wants to say something, go ahead and say it. It really doesn't matter, and I think most of the things people say anyways, you know, comment-wise on my shit are usually funny. Usually funny as fuck, and if it's like something hateful, I still like it anyways. Because it's still usually funny, and probably true. I wanna end... Okay, not yet. Okay, not yet, but we're gonna end on a crazy note. Not yet though. But it's related to the MLP FIM. What the fuck? Okay. MLP FIM. MLP. Yeah, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. MLP IFM. No, FIM. The lip film. We're making steady progress in this place. There's a lot of backtracking, but like I said, I'm trying to get the fairies in this place. So, because we really need that magic meter for the Goron race. There's going to be a Goron race coming up, if you're not aware. That being said, though, I don't know if anybody who hasn't played this game is actually watching my shit. If you're watching this and you've never played Majora's Mask, hey, you just got a spoiler, but that's not really, you know, don't fucking cry about it, okay? The game came out like 30 years ago. Grow up. That being said, go watch some My Little Pony. On one hand, grow up. On the other hand, you should also watch some My Little Pony, okay? Yeah. And on the third hand, get off my dick. Only one person is allowed on this dick, and it's Mrs. Tanner. And it's Mrs. Tanner. And Mrs. Tanner will go unnamed for a good while, until I feel that it's appropriate, either A, appropriate or comfortable to put them, to let their name be known, you know? But they do exist and they are real. There is, dude, I'm telling you, I know what you're doing. You're going to the comments, you're going to your keyboard, and you're literally typing right now, this motherfucker has never had a girlfriend in his life. Now, what I need you to do is finish that comment, post it, and then also comment underneath it, but he's still kind of chill, though. Leave 2 comments. Leave 1 comment and it says, this guy has never had a girlfriend, and leave a second comment that says, he's still kind of chill, though. Because there needs to be that clarifying point for other people. Because if people come to the video, right, and they see, and the only thing they see is that this guy's never had a girlfriend, they're like, oh shit, this guy's like some sort of weird internet guy, but he might also relate to me. It's just a barrier for entry that's harder to enter for other people. But if you also say at the bottom, he's also kind of chill though, then the barrier for entry gets a little lower. You know what I mean? It salvages the point. I'm a freak. Okay? Nobody's asking about it and nobody wants to know, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it because it warms up to my final point in a couple minutes. I might enjoy some hentai. Okay? I might enjoy some hentai, okay? I've been looking at hentai since I was like 12. That being said, I've seen a lot of different things. Okay? Now, I have personally only had heterosexual straight sex with a woman. I've never done anything sexual with another with another race or with another gender. But I have perused around some hentai, okay? A little bit of Rule 34, a little bit of some other sites as well. I want to close it on this, alright? My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Some people are sexually attracted to the horses. It is weird. But me personally, I get it. I personally think that Pinkie Pie is probably hotter than Twilight Sparkle, but Twilight Sparkle is hotter than, everybody else. If we're going on a hotness level, now this is an unpopular opinion, but I think Pinkie Pie is hotter than Twilight Sparkle, but Twilight Sparkle is kind of boo though. Twilight Sparkle is boo, man. I can't lie to you. I would f the horses. Have a good night. The little ponies. They're hot. Sorry, Mom.